Hi, good people. This is Deborah. I hope you guys are having a great day today. Let me read the disclaimer. All the information provided on this channel is for educational purposes only, and this channel does not promote or encourage misuse of the information. My thought matters, and so do yours. I will use words not intended to offend people, but to describe my point of view and how I see things. Take what resonates with you and what does not resonate with you, put it on the shelf or throw it away. This is one of my subscribers asked me to do a video on 12 and 13. I've done quite a few videos on 12. So I put a little bit of each number in this video. 7, 12, and 13 is what I'm going to be talking about. I did the flip charts as well, and I hope they're clear for you to see. Now, the black dot is a symbol of the spark that's in the middle of your head. They told you that the temple was somewhere else, but if you remember having a baby and that baby's temple is in the very top, that's the spark. Remove that, you remove the spiritual part of yourself. They know that. That's why a lot of times when those babies are born, they put them under those fluorescent lights. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. So the black dot is in the middle of your head, which represents the soul. Now the divine spark from the mother, which is the number 13. M is the 13th letter in the alphabet. I'm sure you know that by now because I did a whole video on the alphabet. The 22nd letter of the Hebrew alphabet are divided into three groups. The first, then the seven doubles, 12 singles, and three mother are Aleph, Mem, and Shin. Shin is the word for the word sin, and it has nothing to do with you sinning as far as what people think it is. It has to do with lack of knowledge, and it's associated with the great mother. Now, do this, and you'll see my chart. I've done it with my chart. Write down on a piece of paper numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And right in the middle of those numbers is the number 7. And you notice there are 6 numbers on both sides of the number 7. Uh, the number 7 has represent symbolizing the positive and negative. The positive and negative, which would be the yin and the yang, which would be the female and the male. That's what that is representing. Now, the word Torah itself represents the feminine. And the closed mem, M-E-M, represent the Torah secret. Now, keep in mind there's duality down here only. The mem carries all the numbers in Psalms 119, 97, verses 97 through 104. It is through the mother you understand wisdom. The number 40 belongs to Mem, M-E-M. This is the year most people spend with physical thinking, and the mother appears to you at age 40. You will determine which path you will take. It's called the place of decision. Some people in Africa, they say this is where somebody named Elegbar stands at, the place of decision at the end, whether you're going to turn left or whether you're going to turn right. It's called the place of decision. Somewhere in the Bible, it's in there too. But that's what that meant. It's all about your thinking. Are you going to continue going the way you have been going, or are you going to change it up? And I told you that the number seven sits right in the middle between 1 and 13. Uh, let's see here. All right, now the value of the M is 40. And if you go to Genesis 16, 15, 17, Genesis 17, 1 through 22, it talks about Abraham. It gives you an age where Abraham was not, there was no man named Abraham. This is all symbolism. Uh, he was at 99, and then he was at the age of 86. If you subtract 86 from 99, you get 13. Now, there's many numbers. You have to really go and focus on, uh, because those numbers are there. They're there in the scriptures. I just pulled this one because I didn't really want to go through. But notice at the double nine, the promise came. The promise of God came. And the reason being because when you get to your ninth, uh, when you get to your ninth uh, elevation, then you at your power. But like I say, that's a choice you're gonna have to make. You'll never come to that promise if you don't pay attention to. Oh, the other thing I wanted to bring to your attention in Genesis chapter 7, if you notice that Noah was not a person, but in reading it literally, you notice the number 7 was there, the number 40 was there, and the number 2 was there. And the two represent the yin and the yang, the female and the male. And then the ark, Noah is the ark, which is up in your head. The 7 represent the chakras in your body. 12 represent, well, let me stay at 7, chapter 7 here. Um, all that is talking about the animals has to do with what you were made up of. You're made up of animal, whether you want to accept it or not. Just sit down somewhere in a quiet place and just really think about it. The human body is animal. That's why it smells so bad. And I'm talking about the stench is crossing over all the cultures now. Just wanted to bring that to your attention. Let's see here. Okay, so the number 13 represent personal transformation, spiritual growth, and the potential for profound change. It serves as a guiding force, urging us to embrace our authenticity, pursue our passion, and make positive shifts in our lives. The number 13 encourages us to let go of the old pattern, step into our power, and embark on self discovery and fulfillment. Now, that takes place at age 40 if you choose that route, you know, because staying down here and trying to gain all the material possession down here, you won't get there. Because if you go to the try to gain your spiritual self back, then that material stuff just automatically come to you anyway, and it won't have a value to you like it would if you don't excel or if you don't elevate. Now, in Hebrew numerology, The number 13 is represented by the letter Yod. You know, you hear me talk about Yod He Vod He all the time. Now, Yod is Yod and Gimel, Gimel. Now, Yod has a value of 10, and Gimel has a value of 3. Now, the Yod means the power and the hand of the Most High, which, by the way, is Virgo. And it has a numerical value of 10, and Gimel means camel. Now, Gimel has a value of 3. Combine these letters form the number 13. So the number 13 is very powerful because Yod and Gimel is combined. Now, the Yod represent the creator, the single point from which all creation emerges, and the unity within multiplicity. It is the foundation of foundations, the hidden divine spark. Remember, I was telling you about the divine spark. It's right smack in the middle of your head, that causes everything to be. It represents the power of the spirit to govern and to guide the matter. Now, since the name starts with Yod, Yod symbolizes the creator, along with small in form. Yod meaning is excellent. According to Kabbalah tradition, all creation came forth from a single point, representing the infinite presence inside the finite world. We are finite, but we are also infinite because the Creator is in us. The Yod is an infinite dot, which is right in the smack of the middle of your head. That's where the Yod is at. They want to tell you something else is there, but it's right in the smack middle of your head. It's called the essence of all life. It is the foundations of all foundations. Everything comes from it and returns to it. It is a hidden dot beyond imagination, formless, the source of all thought, beyond all thoughts, beyond time and space. It is the secret principle of the universe that we can perceive. It is the divine spark of life that is in every single being. It cannot be grasped, but it is in every cell of your body, causing you to exist. It has no mass or density, time or space. It is the power of the spirit to govern and guide the matter of the material world. The letter Yod, a small suspended point, reveals the spark of essential good hidden within the letter Tet, T-E-E-T-E-T. After the initial, the contraction of the infinite light to make a place for creation. Okay, inside you, right in the back of the middle, single potential point, an expression reminded within the empty void. The secret of this point is the power of the infinite to contain finite phenomenon within herself and express them to apparent eternal reality. Finite manifestation begins from a zero dimensional point, developing into a one dimensional line and two-dimensional surface. This is alluded to in the complete spelling of the letter Yod. Yod, Bob, Dalet. So that's Yodvav, Dalet, Dalet, point. Yod means line, Bob means surface, and Dalet. These three stages corresponds in Kabbalah to point to Yehuda, and figure, which means part of. The initial point, the essential power of the yard is the little that holds much. The much refers to simple infidelity, infinity of the Creator hidden within the initial point of revelation, which reflects itself as the infinite potential of the point to develop and express itself in all manifold finite, which would be the physical, of time and space. Yod is the universe. YOD is the universe, the child of God in creation. However, Yod is not fixed. Instead, it continues to change constantly, like the child. And I keep telling you, you shouldn't be staying the same. You should be constantly evolving. Who is born after Tet? Tet is the number 9 months and continue to change from the day of birth. Yod is the pivot of the planetary and universal wheel of change. It symbolizes the need to change during the time of change while maintaining new balances. Yod is also the principle of uniqueness that exists through the universe, in which no star, check it out, no star is identical to the other. Talking about you. And no human being is similar to the another. That is the way of nature. The tet, which is the 9, that is the first letter of Hebrew word nature, which gives birth to Yod. Everyone, even she, is part of much larger family, is similar to unique. Hence the great importance of protecting every individual privacy. I'm gonna give you a little bit of Gamel, and because you have it there on the charts. After Bet established, BET, after Bet established, Bet means house. After Bet established the existence of two opposite, Gamil is the third principle that arises to resolve and harmonize these opposites. Gamil links and balance between the Aleph and the Bet. It is a dynamic balance between opposing powers. So Gamil is the letter of constant transformation, change, and motion. It translates literally as camel. Uh, yeah, camel means is CAMEL. An animal we associate with motion and travel between faraway places. Camel includes the opposite of both giving and receiving, as well as reward and punishment, creating balance and motion between these opposites. Gamil resolves the giver and receiver, which is the aleph and the bet. So it represents giving and receiving. It represents kindness, cultivating the organic nutrient that causes things to grow, means nourish unto ripe, weaned child, ripened fruit. Also meaning giving, and the leg of Gamil is said to represent the rich man running to provide charity to the poor. Man running to provide charity to the poor, represented by the fourth letter Daleth. It signifies the Creator's eternal benevolence to all creation, manifested with abundance, life, and prosperity. Now, 12, like I said, is the tribes of Israel, the 12 disciples, and the 12 zodiac is actually the 12 cranial nerves uh, and the 12 constellation that you're connected to. The 7 represent the chakra system. 7 churches in Revelation are the 7 chakra system as well. I hope that you can see these charts clearly. Please give comments and thank you for listening.